you know, in the day and age of what we're doing now, these kids have options. You know what I mean? It's not like back when I played, you were just kind of stuck with what it was. They have options. And not to say that we're not going to hold them accountable and work them, but at the same time, you know, it's a sensitive time, and we want them to have fun, and we want them to go out there and battle and fight and just have fun as a unit out there this Saturday.
Doug, 3 games in, you've had to deal with some dynamics, but have you found some things you feel like you can hang your hat on?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple guys back healthy. You know, Fields coming back is a big jolt for us. He's a top-notch back, and I think he can get through some little cracks and get small through there and do some things with football in his hands. And in turn, when you have a running back that can do those type of things, you know, it just helps everybody else. It helps take the pressure off Zane. You know, it helps take pressure off some of the receivers, is getting double covered and stuff like that. They got to roll in the box, so just having him back is a big part. Yeah.
Mike got asked this a lot. How have you felt about the progression of Flores? Because he seemed to play pretty good in a lot of areas.
Yeah, so, you know, when you hadn't done anything, he has not played at this level. So when you get out there and you have the opportunity to play, you're just going to get better and better at it. You know, it's kind of like learning how to play an instrument. You're terrible at first, right? You kind of know where the strings are in a guitar.
I think I heard you on a guitar once.
Probably, but obviously I didn't learn. But I think as you keep doing it, and it's hard. Eventually, the game slows down a little bit. It becomes a little bit easier. The language is quicker. Communication is better, and you just get better as you go. And that's our goal offensively, is to get better every week.
Has it been difficult just kind of managing everything with all the potential distractions?
No, not at all. My hats off to these kids, man. They come out with a good attitude. They practice hard today. You know, as coaches, you can sense bad body language and people that are going off and holding court somewhere by themselves and that type of thing. I don't feel any of that. I think these guys are excited about playing in this game this weekend. I feel good.
Hey, Coach, can you give us an update on Haney?
Yeah, Haas, he'll probably be back here in the next few weeks. He'll be on his feet next week, I believe, walking and doing some things and trying to get back. So he wants to play. So we're looking forward to maybe adding him in the next few weeks.
How will you manage game day? I believe I'm right that you were up in the booth for the first 3.
Yeah, I'm going to be coming down.
Will somebody else go up, or?
We hadn't really discussed it yet. We're going to figure that out. You know, I've got some really good people up there, and it's a little different now than it was when you have the iPads. It's a little different sending everyone up there to be an eye in the sky because everybody's watching the play on the sideline. So it's not to me, it's not paramount to have 100 guys up in the box. I think it's more important to have the guys down the field face to face with the players to communicate, that kind of thing.
When you were in the spring league, didn't you call some down?
In the what?
In the spring league, when you were calling the USFL or UL?
Oh, man, what a bummer, because, like, I showed up and they said, yeah, we're going to have headphones for all the skill players. You don't need signals. I was like, cool. We go to our first OTAs and the headphones weren't in yet. So I was running around screaming to play to everybody in between plays. And then eventually we kind of dialed up some homemade signals, you know, but it was crazy. But no, I was down. I never made it to a game in the XFL.
Yeah.
With the structure, the coaching staff, is there other guys that are going to take additional duties now? Someone that you maybe bump up since you are moving to your new position?
No, I think what's important is just to keep it the same, and everybody's kind of entrenched in what they do as an assistant. You know, we got guys responsible for red zone, goal line, you know, blitz protections, things like that, routes, different areas of field, down and distances, and we're just going to kind of keep rolling.
How much does that change your day-to-day?
Not much, really. It's been pretty good. And again, I attribute it to the culture here, what Mike built. And these kids, you know, they show up, they work, and it makes it a lot easier. It's not a whole lot of problems to deal with. You know? So,
along those lines, is it also beneficial to have Rob in kind of a leadership?
Yeah, he helps a lot. I mean, he's handled a lot of the things that, you know, I've never been a head coach, and he's been around a long time as well. So a lot of administrative type things and travel and, you know, like a chief of staff type guy that's handling a lot of stuff that Mike kind of handled, was kind of freezing me up to just kind of focus on the team. So he's doing a good job. And he's, you know, with the job that he has and that, he's probably on more of it than I am, you know.
For you personally, what does this opportunity be for the rest of your time?
Just means a lot. You know, I played here. Just it just means a lot to me because it's my alma mater. You know what I mean? More than anything, more than what may happen if this occurs and we win 9 games. I'm not really thinking that way. I'm just thinking one game at a time, and just appreciative that Whitebird thought enough of me to give me the opportunity, and just glad to be here with these guys, and because they work so hard. It's so hard, for 12 opportunities, and I'm just lucky, and I appreciate it. But it's one game at a time.
Having said that, is that something you would like to be? Is the head coach on a permanent
Yeah, I
basis?
don't know if anybody wouldn't want to be that. I'm not necessarily. That's not really my goal right now. My goal is to do the best I can by these kids and go from week to week. That's it. I'm not really looking to be that guy at all. If it happens, it does. It's definitely not on my agenda at all at this point.
Do you have an idea how you're going to manage Saturday, calling plays, and being in charge of the whole team at the same time, kind of doing both?
Yeah, I'll do both, and Todd will handle the defense primarily. There's a lot of things they do that I'm not really up to date on, so he's going to be the head coach of defense. I'll be the head coach of the offense on game day. So, and it's, in my 20 some odd years of calling it, I was on the field every year anyway, so being up in the box was a little bit different for me. So being down probably a little bit more kind of what I'm used to, so it won't be that big a deal to me.
Got to wear shoes.
Is there anything that you've changed the past 2 days of practice?
Baylor, no, we're not doing anything any different. No, I mean, not necessarily. I think what they do on defense allows for a few things that may be a little different, but I got to be a little careful. Their secondary coach coached me at TCU for 8 years. Paul Gonzalez, their tight ends coach, was my O-line coach at TCU. So, for me to just wholesale change to what maybe I've done in the past or somewhere else, probably not smart. So probably be a little bit of the same.
Doug, most coaches with your experience as far as game management, you have a feel for fourth downs. You have a feel for, because you've been around the game a long time.
Well, I think fourth downs it's more than just kind of you have a good play. It's how are we doing on offense, and then it's how's the defense doing. Are they holding? Are they stopping? We feel like if we go and don't get it, we're going to hold up on defense. So there's a lot of things to factor in on that part in terms of fourth downs and stuff like that. But got a lot of people with a lot of analytical information that study it, and I'll get a lot of help from the staff. We got a lot of people in that room, so we'll be fine.
Does it help that you went through something similar to this at TCU with a mid-year coaching change?
I don't think going through this helps anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like Clint Bowen, he's one of the analysts. He did it at Kansas several times, so kind of leaning on him for information because he's done it. I've never done this, so but yeah, kind of what happened at TCU. I wasn't in the same role I am now, but there's people that have gone through it, and Clint's one of them, so he's helped me a lot with this too.
And he was actually the interim coach at one point, correct?
Yeah, at Kansas, I think 2 times, maybe 3. I know twice for sure.
Have you spoke to Mike at all?
Yeah, we texted, and he came and addressed the team, kind of a appreciate you type thing for the team, and had that opportunity. So yeah, a couple times.
Did he give you any insight
No.
being a head coach?
No, didn't give me anything.
How big was that for him to come and talk to the players? And,
Well, I
and
think
that time?
21 years you deserve the opportunity to do that. It doesn't matter. So I'm glad he got a chance to do it. He and his wife came out, and it's heartfelt, and I'm glad that he had the opportunity to do that.
Was it yesterday? Today?
I believe so.
How did the players?
Well,
How were
just
they
like
through
kids,
that?
they're emotional, and it's a big deal. That guy, a lot of these kids came here because of Mike. And then when that occurs, they're kids. They're going to react a certain way. It was emotional for them as well.
You mentioned earlier, kind of watching their body language. When you get to Saturday, are there things you need to watch for? Because maybe it'll be an emotional game for some of these guys.
Yeah, it's weird. Like pregame, I've went into games thinking, oh, we're going to kill these guys, and we got murdered. And then I've thought, oh, we're flat, and we ended up beating somebody by 50. It's hard to read kids in pregame, in my opinion. You hope they're upbeat, but I've never felt like in pregames, here at OSU, that there's always been good energy. There's always been good body language. These kids love football. I don't think I really have to pay much attention to how they are in pregame.
Coach, the 30-day transfer portal just opened up for this team because of Gundy leaving. Has there been any conversation about that with any of the players?
Not with me. No, I'm sure there's some guys, you know, just like anything, there's probably some guys that they think that they should have played or whatever. And there may be those conversations. To my knowledge, no.
Honestly, you don't have very many guys, Doug, that are in that category.
Good.
More freshmen, but not many upperclassmen.
Even better.
Any concerns? I moved the 4-game redshirt rule that guys may get to 4 and then try to decide what they're going to do in terms of continuing playing.
Yeah, that's a reality. So, I mean, if and when and whatever happens, we'll deal with it and make the best of it.
A lot of these coaches had just gotten here. How have you seen them sort of deal with the news over the past couple of days while also trying to push forward and get ready for Baylor?
Just like anybody. I think, you know, you have an option. You know, you can dig in and bear down and fight through it and work, or you can complain and just let it roll you over. You know, so we're not taking that approach. We're going to fight. We're going to show out here on Saturday. And this team's going to fight. And this coach is going to fight.
Walk through that.
A couple players decommit. Like, how much of a hands-on role are you taking with some of the?
Yeah, I'm talking to them. You know, and I understand where they're coming from at this point, just like anybody would. So, you know, if it happens, it happens. We'll move on to the next one.
You walked onto that field as a player, as an assistant coach. What do you think Saturday will be like in your new role? Do you
I
just
don't
try to
think-
take it easy?
No, I don't think it'd be any different for me. Yeah, I just take it stride, go out there and have fun, coach football. It's not going to be any different for me.
Anything else?
Any message to the fans? We had asked Chad's message for the fans. Any message to the fans from you?
Man, that's a tough question. Just hang in there and join the fight with us, and just, you know, we got kids. More than anything, you got kids that are fighting hard, you know, and just support them. No matter how upset you are, how things are going on, think about these kids. You know, that's my message to the fans.
How important for recruiting, for the guys that are on the team now, is it just to get some positive momentum here in terms of Saturdays?
Yeah, very important. I mean, because once you light the fire, it'll take off. You know, just like anything. So it's time for us to have something good happen, and hopefully it'll be this Saturday.
All good.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Coach. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Oh, you're gonna lose.
So I was like,
I really had like 2 more questions left.
Oh yeah.
Or 0 to 3. 1 to 3. No, forget the first and second.